for me. That no one has mentioned to Graham yet that Tab and Jocelyn were unavailable when. Was it everyone or was it just Corinne went to the?
I think everyone was there.
Everyone except Graham.
It was
okay.
Everyone but Grim, yeah. And
by their own choice. They did this themselves.
I think that no one has yet. Yes. I don't think anyone else has mentioned it to him. Erebus certainly hasn't.
I feel like it's come up.
Mentioned what to them? I'm sorry, my auditory processing cut out at just the wrong moment.
No worries. That Tab and or Jocelyn were unavailable to be spoken to about the 9 hells.
Oh yeah, I don't think so.
Why am I remembering this? I remember nothing.
I think we discussed an alternate universe in which it might have happened, but I don't think it's happened in the real universe. Unless
it could also have been a side chat, but
no, I don't think. Oh God, my brain is telling me that this for sure happened, but I don't have any documentation of this in my notes because, of course, I don't. Why would I note that? That's not a thing that Corinne cares deeply about.
Not go look at the side chat. Oh, that side chat also had all these good letters on the note stack. So many good letters. Poor Lena.
Oh, Lena.
Poor Lena, indeed.
This is not the week that she was planning on having.
Also, I do apologize. I have some music playing in the other room in hopes of soothing Digby as well. So if y'all can hear it, I apologize.
Actually, it's not picked up, so you're good. Don't worry.
Yeah, not even a little bit. What kind of music does Digby like?
Oh, I can hear nothing.
We are currently listening to just like lo-fi.
Yes. My dogs love lo-fi too.
Yeah, we did classical for a while, except that then we ended up with a lot of classical renditions of like Christian hymns and songs from my youth, from like Vacation Bible School and Christian camp. And I was just like, okay, you know what? I can't. No, this is supposed to be soothing for
Not
all
even
of
for you,
us.
Digby. Is it the YouTube lo-fi beats with the frog?
No, it's actually
I listened to that one. I've listened to that one a lot.
Yeah,
we just have. It's just a Pandora station because we have that connected to our smart TV, and we just have that set for like, this is the token channel that we turn on whenever we leave the house.
I'm a big fan of the frog and the robot.
I don't know why it's so pleasing, but it really is. I'm going to unplug my headset for just a second because there's a knot in the cord and it's annoying me. And back.
Welcome back. All right, so you know what? Who wants to talk about what happened last game?
So, last game, we woke up in the forest. There was some snow on the ground. There was some playing around and shenanigans. And Grim sent a sending over to Kezia, asking about this gem that we found in the tree ant. That is not the seed and appears to be the source of the corruption. What's the deal with that? And he was like, I don't know, but we're gonna send some people to come take a look at it. And so at least some scouts came, at least one of them who's one of his kids, and they picked up the gem and took it back, and talked a little bit about how corruption grows in the dark. There was some banter, and so appears to be as though this was not intentional. So that's probably fine. Also, there was some banter with Erebus using the telescription pen in order to draft the sending. And some banter about Erebus handing Grimm the notebook that she uses for her correspondence with Romeo. And her declining to show the page with Alina's graffiti. So that little plot point got resolved. With one more day till the winter solstice, it's not ideal, but we've been efficient enough that it is okay to just head on over to Kars. First, we took a short rest, and Grimm did some more review in the updated dossier about how to close gates. So we've got some more information about that. We might be going on another Undermountain trip in order to close Zilla's gate for good. So add that one to the agenda. And then we got to Kars, and we found a party. Erebus hung out with an old friend of hers who recognized Bianca, because the Vistani love her little baby dragon. And chatted about how the solstice is great, and there's a party going on, divination, Aurora Borealis. It's gonna be good. Corinne found the grandmothers. She joined in their card game. She got offered wine a couple of times, and she got herself involved in their shipping drama. And so she is now fully immersed in Vistani society and offering advice, and went over to talk to this wonderful fellow Pius. I don't know anything about him actually, but everybody else does. And he is certainly is interested in someone, but it's not who all the grandmothers want to be. Wuggy! Woof. Woof. Yeah.
We summoned the pizza.
We did. In fact, Pius is into Melody, the Disney princess, who is the sister-in-law of Callie, who Eliana last saw volunteering at the Court of Miracles with some very fancy knives because she's married to a princeling. And now she's here with the Vistani. She says what has brought her here is complicated, and something's up with her. I don't know what.
Every time we see her, something is up.
She's got 2 different color eyes, but lots of people have 2 different color eyes. So don't really see how that might be significant. She's got a dragonborn guard. And when he left, Eliana asked, is there anything you want to talk about? Well, he's not around, and she was really confused by the question. Yeah. So who knows what's going on there. Also, Callie has spent some time on the Shadowfell and would not recommend the astral plane. She doesn't know anything about the 9 hells, though. Also, Corinne chatted. Yep, we got the part about Corinne chatting with Pius. Grimm has gotten pulled into a dance. And Erebus also inquired about the 9 hells with the grandmothers. They are interested in talking to us, but after we all see the Aurora Borealis. And Melody, oh, this is so cute that Corinne talked to Melody, and Melody gave her a flower. This is adorable. I love it. Anything else?
This is sort of a clarification question, not a addition. Of the group that Callie was in, that Melody was in, they were all like. So Alifar was a dragonborn, correct?
Yes, as far as you are aware.
Appears to be a dragonborn visually to us. And Melody, Callie looks like just a person as far as we can tell.
Maybe some elven heritage in there, or Ladrin. Like, she's got some, like, something not quite human.
Okay. And Melody looks like just a person as well, question mark? Or she's
very
the one where I'm
small for a human.
Okay.
But not like gnome size. She's just like very small.
Okay. Like a small medium creature.
Yeah.
Thank you. That was I was getting my sort of meta sense of dragony people tangled with my sense of what we actually would have seen. So that's very helpful. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I believe the afternoon ended with everyone kind of settling down for nap.
Yeah, Grim had gone off to secure one of the hotel rooms that Nico, not hotel, like the DIY, like spaces in the ruins that you can claim for your own. That they definitely didn't give Nico any mixed signals in the process of learning about.
Definitely no mixed signals.
Fine.
Definitely not.
During the siesta period of the evening, Corinne succeeds in drinking 3 glasses of wine.
To balance out the water.
Yes.
Erebus will also have had 1, I think. We don't promise no drunken shenanigans later, but 1 for now.
Grim has had no wine, having only refused wine once.
Aw, Grim.
So far.
Aliana has also only refused once, so I think that she just rests uneventfully.
Okay. Sorry, I chose a poor time to put a piece of pizza in my mouth. Thank you, baby. Alright.
Good. Food is important.
Alright, so, I would say you guys emerge a little bit before sunset from your various siesta spots. We know that, that Grim and Corinne found places that worked really well for them. Oh, what did Erebus and Eliana do? Did you just try and find a spot? Did you ask someone for help? Crash in someone's wagon?
Yeah, I think Erebus probably would have asked Kato what the sitch was. When it became clear that people were dispersing to rest.
And I think Aliana probably would have asked... Let's say she asks Callie.
Okay. Once again, shoving pizza in my mouth. Okay, so, let's start with Erebus. Erebus, Kato welcomes you to kind of set up, like he has like a sunshade that he pulls down from the side of his wagon. And he welcomes you to kind of just chill in his easy up, which is I don't.
Oh, that's fine.
Medieval easy up, as it were.
Yeah, she'll accept the offer, and she doesn't need to sleep, but she will. Bianca has eaten a lot of fruit.
I feel like Bianca needs to sleep.
Bianca does need to sleep.
Bianca's in a food coma.
Yeah, and she'll collect Sable if he seems tired from the dancing.
Oh yes, Sable will also be happy to take a nap.
Yeah, so she is watching her dragons do a nap. She is probably taken this time to quietly strum a little dulcimer, maybe write to Ramiel.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe just like an update, like, sorry about the pen earlier. We're at the Vistani camp now. This is a really great party. I think you would love it. I wish you could be here. But we have been having a great time, and we've figured out who we need to ask about the Hells. So everything's going great today. How are you?
Sounds good. You did not get a response during the siesta time, unfortunately.
That is fine. That can be later. I'm sure Ramiel has things on his mind. There's definitely not a criminal underbelly, whatever. Yeah. If he's not free right now, he's busy.
They're old souls. They don't know how to text. It's okay.
I love them.
Actually, no, they're both just literally... Oh, no, I guess Ramiel isn't as old, but still.
No. I'm not asking right now because I don't think this is a point where Erebus would find out, but I am deeply curious how old Ramiel is, and I'm gonna just put a pin in that for when we can figure that out.
I mean, to be fair, you know that he does call Uriel his older brother.
Oh yeah.
So...
I have a guess. I'm just curious to whether that guess is correct.
Okay, so... Eliana, you asked Callie if there's a place where you can rest.
Yeah, Callie's the main person who she's been talking to, so I'm just gonna ask her, like, how are things done here with finding places to rest?
Oh, you can come rest with me.
Oh, thank you.
So she motions to her wagon, and opens it up, and first thing you notice is that it is significantly bigger on the inside.
Oh, wow.
Probably the size of... So you walk into a foyer. Like, you walk through a wagon door and into a foyer. I would say probably small manor house. But, like, not like house we buy today, nouveau riche manor house. I mean English manor house.
Not a McMansion.
Not a McMansion, but like an actual, like, oh, this is one of our small palaces sort of deal. Or this is the small house. And she kind of motions around. I mean, any place you want to rest is up to you.
Well, this is a lovely way to travel.
It's my favorite.
Oh,
I
think if I...
much past the age of roughing it.
Oh, I think if I had access to something like this, with this kind of magic, it would be my favorite too.
Well, maybe someday.
Maybe. Thank you for the offer of hospitality.
Would you like me to show you to the guest rooms?
Oh, yes, please.
Of course, they're on the second floor.
Thank you. And she will head on up the stairs and look for a guest room.
Yeah, she will open a door to you to a room. It's in soft blues. It's a noble guest room. Like, this is a goddamn noble guest room.
Oh my. Thank you very much. Is there anything that I can do for you in return?
I appreciate your offer. Be very careful who you ask, who you thank, and offer gifts to. Don't worry about maybe don't leave that so open-ended. Huh? And she gives you a wink.
Perhaps not. Yes. Of course, it would be my choice what I wish to do anyway.
She reaches up, because you're much taller than she is, and pats you on the head and scoots you into the room. It's a little condescending.
She when the hand starts going up to her around the area of her forehead, I'd like to roll, and I'm thinking about whether she flinches, and I would like to try and roll for that.
Sure.
Ooh.
Maybe something like a wisdom save.
Mm-hmm.
11. Okay, that's not very clear cut, but I think she flinches just a little bit.
Callie doesn't seem to notice her mind, and will kind of just turn her back to you and give you a wave as she goes to find her own rest.
Eliana sits on that very comfortable bed, and she thinks a little bit. And then she just enjoys that bed because it is very comfortable.
It really is. Okay. Evening comes. Erebus, you're probably the first one back into the party as the party picks up again, considering you both don't take naps and are in the middle of it already.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Both,
I feel like Bianca and Sable take naps in the way that young kids take naps, where like if you get it for an hour, great.
yeah, they crash really hard. Like you did a really good job making sure they got a nap. Like you're like, oh no, yeah, nap.
Oh, sweeties. Yeah.
But what they're up, Sable's doing that. Like he's like leaning against the wagon, like opening one eye and then closing it and opening another eye and closing it. Like he slowly wakes up. Bianca, once she's up, she is fucking up, and she's hungry again because
Excellent.
She just
Of
slept
course
off.
she's going through a growth spurt.
She just ate all of her, slept off her food coma. So
Yes.
good news is the food at the table has been refreshed, and there is a whole pig roasted and out.
Okay. Great. So then, yeah, we'll emerge, and go see what is happening. I don't want to go back to the grandmother's tent without the rest of the group. Plus, the Borealis has not started yet, so I'll just maybe go find another glass of wine, feed Bianca, keep an eye on Sable, look around for anything of note that's happening, and if not, just wait to see when my friends appear.
And I'll leave it up to you guys who's the next to emerge, whether it's Grim and Corinne or Eliana.
I'm trying to think, like, realistically.
I don't know. So where did Corinne land? Because she was not crashing in Grim's hotel yet, if I remember correctly.
No,
they would be fine with that, but I think she was busy, right?
Yeah, she was off, like, mingling amongst the crowds, but I think, like, as people started filtering away to siesta locations, I think she would just, like, grab a bottle of wine that she saw, and I think just start looking for anyone familiar. Or, like, anyone who's potentially, like, hey, you have a place to crash? So I don't think
Okay.
she knows about the separate, like,
Not
oh,
yet.
I did not
Nope.
know you did not go to the hotel.
nope.
No, Grim just went up to set it up,
Oh,
and claim it. But I think Corinne was off with the Grands, and they were not going to crush her party buzz yet.
let's you rewind a little bit.
Generally a safe assumption, but it's a party.
Mhm.
But it's a party.
Mm-hmm.
You notice Grim is missing.
That's fine. That's to be
That's normal.
expected.
The young
Yeah.
person that Grim was with is also missing.
It's fine.
Yeah. The music has stopped for the moment as the instruments are put away and the musicians get a bite to eat.
I think I would go back to the grandmothers, actually.
Okay.
Like, they're the ones who know what's what, and I'm in with them. And they feel like important people to stay on the good side of.
Okay, give me a moment to find the grandmother's names.
Yep.
I know one of them was Gertie.
There's
That's the only one I
Gertie.
remember.
There's Kat, there's Gertie.
There's Sia, there's Shivali, and there's V.
Sia, Shivali, V, and Gertie are the grandmothers. Okay.
I love them all.
God, I love our notes. Thank you.
Go team.
You notice that the grandmothers, most of them are taking a nap, except for Shivali, who is kind of like, she's got something roasting on the fire and is like kind of babying it a little bit.
Corinne walks up, bottle of wine in one hand, glass of wine in the other. And goes to sit down next to her. She's like, "You're very focused right now."
I am cooking something special.
What must be special if it's getting such important attention? Is it special for the event in general, or is it special for a specific person?
The event in general. Would you like to try
She
a bite?
nods.
I'll give you a
Oh.
little bit.
Oh, well, if it's all right.
She pulls out a small bowl. Like, this is a tasting bowl.
Yep.
And gives you some, it appears to be some sort of bread pudding,
Ooh.
with like a lot of like cinnamon and sugar. It's like a cinnamon bun pudding. Cinnamon bun bread pudding is the best I can describe it.
Ooh. That sounds delicious. Corinne samples, makes approving noises. And I can see why you are paying such close attention to this.
Scalded milk is not good.
No, and it wouldn't do for this one to be scalded.
I'm surprised you have not found a resting place.
I was wondering, actually, do you have recommendations on where to look?
Well, there's two places that are common for outsiders, at least if you don't have a wagon.
All right.
Well, one place that is common and then one place that is open to you. You have, the ruins themselves have quite a few rooms that you can take advantage of.
All right.
However, I noticed that you made friends with Melody.
Indeed. She's quite nice.
You could always ask her for a favor and ask to bunk with the princess.
Oh. Well, I suppose I will explore that and see what availability she has. Also, I feel like that's closer than the ruins. The ruins seem like they're very far away.
She looks up at the ruins. You guys are at the base of the ruins.
Oh, but it would require climbing and things like that, and I just, my hands are full.
Fair enough. Then I would ask your new friend Melody.
Thank you so much.
Be careful asking favors from her.
Oh?
Just be careful. Make sure the terms of your agreement are clear.
All right. And she points to with the hand that has the bottle in it, she points to the flower that is still tucked behind her ear. She gave me this. Should I be concerned?
Bring it to me later tonight and I'll identify it for you.
All right. Much obliged. I will leave you to your precious work. And she goes off to find Melody.
Okay. Give me just a moment. Vax! Vax'll
No pizza for you, sir.
No,
Oh.
I'm giving them the crust. I don't like the crust. So yes, pizza for them.
Oh, that's
Pizza
acceptable.
bones.
Pizza bones.
Okay. I'm trying to chew on this crust as fast as possible because I don't.
Oh, no worries.
All right. So, you go find Melody. She is actually next to Pius's wagon. She's just kind of resting. Like Pius is like got like a nice big soft rug out, and Melody's kind of relaxing next to the wagon, braiding a flower crown.
Amazing.
While Pius works on a bit of, it looks like a bit of leather that he's tooling.
Mm-hmm.
Melody looks up. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, Corinne walks up, still with, wine and glass in hand. I hope I'm not interrupting anything.
No, of course not.
I had heard a rumor that perhaps you would be someone who would have an idea of where a good resting spot would be.
Oh, I mean, I'm not staying in our wagon, but you're welcome to stay there if you'd like.
Oh, you don't mind?
No, you can have my room.
Oh, thank you so much. I will return it once I am finished napping.
Of course. She'll go up, grab your hand, and pull you towards the princess's wagon.
And Corinne will follow.
She pulls you in, and you are immediately, the transition is jarring. Because you were outside a Vistani wagon, now you are inside a noble manor.
As she kind of stands at the threshold, she kind of looks back out the door, and then looks back into the room, and then back out the door again. That's a fascinating trick.
Yes, it's bigger on the inside. Anyway,
I should say so.
Follow me, and she'll bring you upstairs to the 3rd floor.
All right, and she follows.
She takes you to. She kind of opens the doors to a room. It's in beautiful peaches and gold. It's very Disney princessy. Like, there's little like the bed is like a 4-poster bed, and it's got like an animal and floral motif. Like, it's a fairy tale princess room.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome to stay here.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I shall return once my nap is over.
Of course. She lets go of your hand and heads back out. She is going to go camp with the Vistani.
All right. Corinne lays on the bed and takes a nap.
Graham, what are you doing?
At sunset time or at during the
during the nap time. Just taking a nap.
Grim is found the spot the spaces Nico pointed them to were in the ruins, right?
Yeah.
So Grim has selected one that feels sufficiently private and is sort of just busying themselves, kind of doing a little like tidying to whatever extent like someone with no cleaning supplies can clean up a space in the ruins. But like just like setting out their bedroll and just kind of just like sets up the bedroll. I think does take a nap because Grim loves a nap. Isn't really doing much of anything special other than just being present in this space that they have decided is the best ruins space, so no one else can take it.
Fair enough. Kind of staking out, your territory.
Yeah.
Okay. So, let's fast forward.
Is this a this is I'm imagining like a lush grass and fern area here, like is there any reason Grim, who walks around a lot of places barefoot, would not want to be walking around barefoot here?
No, not particularly. The ruins themselves, you're probably like on the second floor. Just to have a good spot to like kind of view everything as well. Mm-hmm. And
they're absolutely looking for a good view.
It's actually swept stone. Like, this place is not well taken care of, but like maybe when the Vistani come in, there's a little bit of like making sure that the ruin is okay. You guys aren't the only you're not the only person camping there by any means.
Mm-hmm. So they are so they've like taken off their boots and set them in one corner of the spot, and like the haversack is up on like a nice like I'm imagining like there's a chunk of stone that has like it's just a chunk of stone because it's a ruin, but it's like it happens to be like oriented and flat enough on the top that like clearly other people have used it as a table. Their haversack is on top of that.
Yeah, exactly.
They're just comfortable. Bosun is still not present. Bosun remains banished to the Feywild. Where by banished I mean on vacation and yeah.
Okay.
He can't be trusted to refuse wine.
He can't. Okay, so the evening comes. We know where Erebus is. Who's waking up first?
Could I interest Liz in Eliana and Corinne riding into each other in the princess wagon?
I was just going to ask if this was the same wagon or if these are two
different.
It's
the same wagon, yeah.
Delightful. I would love nothing more than for the two of them to run into each other.
Excellent. I'm not sure whether we are up first or whether Grim is up first.
I'll let you
go for it.
Yeah.
All right.
So I think like Corinne waking up is like she stretches, she makes the standard like waking up noises. She did not get fully under the covers because it is a nap, and a proper nap means you don't get actually under the covers. But she definitely does pour herself another glass of wine, and exit. Straightens the bed, tries to leave things as best as possible the way that she found them, and then begins jaunting to find her way back to the exit of the princess wagon.
And you're on the third floor. Eliana's on the second floor. And as you make your way to the second floor, Eliana will have woken up. She will have made up her bed, done an entirely too careful job of it, and straightened up her hair and her look a little bit. Probably just added in her fancy hair clip for the sake of a party look, and then heads out into the hallway. Oh, hi.
Oh, hello? Were you napping?
I was. One of the guest rooms on the... She drops her voice. This place is strange.
It is much larger than I anticipated it to be.
It's some nice magic. Would love to get my hands on it for ourselves. But I don't think this precise wagon.
Well, I will say the princess's bedroom is very nice.
Oh yeah, so was my guest room. Very nice.
Corinne offers Eliana the bottle of wine.
Oh, thank you. I've only been offered once. So
Oh dear, my condolences.
I need to make more friends.
She looks at the bottle in her hand and looks at Eliana. Did that one count? Do you think?
I don't know. I feel like I better not risk it, but I'd like it to count.
All right. Well, I cannot promise
But
that I will still have it when you hit your third, but I will. If I do, I will make the offer.
Oh no, I think I can accept wine from you. I don't think you count toward the 3 or against the 3.
Oh, so I'm independent of the 3. Oh.
Yeah. Right, because you're my friend.
I'm sure that's how it works. So
Right.
do you want some?
Yes, I do.
Corinne passes the bottle to Eliana.
Eliana takes a drink from it and hands it back.
Very good, right?
Very good.
Very strong.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure there's going to be very good food down there.
I had a pre-taste of a cinnamon bread pudding. It was very good.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
It was quite good. It was not too sweet, which was encouraging. But it was very good. It was being watched over by the grandmothers.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah, I imagine that, that's the kind of dessert people would try to sneak tastes of if they could.
Well, they could just make friends with grandmothers.
They could.
Looking like a little self-important with that.
Eliana's grinning at her a little bit, kind of like, yeah, I know you. You're charming. Everybody thinks you're charming.
It's true. Everyone does. And then I think they continue down the stairs.
Yeah, do you want to... Let's go downstairs. I'm a little worried that when that door opens, it's not going to open to the same place.
Oh, that would be dreadful.
Yeah.
Corinne walks a little bit faster down the stairs.
Yeah. So, when we open the door, does it open to the same place?
Sure does.
Cool.
What is the current crowd like?
Starting to pick up. Definitely starting to pick up.
Is there dancing happening?
The musicians are warming up, tuning their instruments. It's a different set of musicians than were playing earlier. And there's
right.
more of them.
Okay. So Corinne glances over to them, glances back at the wine, looks at Eliana. I do think that the dancing is about to get much more interesting.
Oh. I might try and join in.
That is also my plan. But first, I have too many things in my hands to dance, and I must address that.
Very good.
And Corinne goes off and meanders back into the crowd that is slowly gathering once again.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And Eliana watches the dancing going on to kind of try and figure out the steps.
Callie approaches from your side and offers you a glass of wine.
Oh, not now, but thank you.
She nods. Ah, yes, you've not met your... well, Alifar. Alifar approaches and sighs heavily and offers you his glass of wine.
Oh, that's very kind of you, but I couldn't.
Callie nods, waits for a moment, kind of watches the dancing, and then offers you another glass of wine.
Well, if you insist.
I definitely insist.
Very well then. This one Eliana accepts. Oh, that is a good vintage.
It'd be a shame to go through the night waiting for another offer of wine.
It would. The party is only so long, though I'm given to understand it will last quite a long time.
Besides, better to start early and maintain.
Yeah. Not too much too soon. Slow and steady.
So, Grim, what are you up to?
So Grim would continue resting until they hear the music start to pick back up.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like sort of like the tuning gets their antenna up. But they're Grim. They're in no hurry to go down to a party where they might have to talk to people. They're gonna wait.
Has Grim had anything to eat all day?
Not documented. I think they probably would have had a little snack while they were resting. Like they have rations. So they probably had a light something, like a little cheese and bread, but not a full meal.
Okay.
That's actually an interesting question though. Like if the they don't know. Are the roast pig scents and smells and things like that wafted up to the ruin?
100%.
Let me step away for 10 seconds because Titus has decided this is the exact moment is the right time to go outside. I'll be right back.
All right, Erebus. 2 of your friends have reappeared.
Okay, excellent. I will join them. Just to say hey, and I'm also feeling a little bit interested in the dancing. I've been sitting down for a long time.
Well, 2 of your friends have reappeared, and then one of them disappeared into the crowd again.
That's fine. I'll catch up with Eliana.
Yeah, I didn't dance the first time around, and I'm thinking that this would be... I would like to dance. This looks like it's fun.
Yeah, I agree. This is exactly the kind of party where dancing looks like a lot of fun. Not that I don't enjoy, the dances with steps and all of that, but this is more of an enjoyment priority, it looks like. Um, yeah. Did Corinne tell you, by the way, that we have someone to talk to about the Nine Hells once the Borealis starts?
Oh no, not yet. That's great.
Yeah.
I made some inquiries from someone I knew from the Court of Miracles who turned up here, but she didn't have any leads on Hell, only on a couple of other times. But if you found somebody with some leads on Hell, that's great.
Yes. I was told that one of the heads of the family is her name is Gertie, is the best person to talk to. Navigator, does the divination magic for a lot of the travels, and so is a good place to start. But she told me to come back when the Borealis starts, and obviously I would not have that conversation without you all, especially since you know way more than me, and it's your mission anyway. So
Well, it's your mission too if you're with us.
oh yes, of course I am. I just didn't want to co-opt it.
Of course, yeah. Since you weren't there when it started, but I know it matters to you too.
Yeah, it does. And well, you all matter to me, and
You do too.
seems like it's important.
Yeah,
You.
yeah. I wonder if she would also have any leads on Voltharius.
Oh yes. That's the one. The dragon you might be descended from.
Yeah, the planar dragon.
The Stanis are planeswalkers. She could very well.
Yeah, yeah. I'd like to ask.
Okay, that sounds great. I think you should, since it's a good chance that, or at least a good setting it with some people who might know.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity.
Okay, but dancing first.
Dancing first.
Excellent. And Erebus will look around for a good spot to enter the fray.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll also head on. Actually, I think I want before I get started dancing, I want to see if I can at least lay eyes on Grim first before I get totally absorbed in something else.
Oh. I'm back. That's very sweet. Yeah, so Grim. So yeah, I think even with the food smells, I think Grim waits until the music sort of picks up in earnest, before emerging and slipping back down to the main party area. Probably sees the food table and does a flyby. Oh, hi Titus, welcome back. Picking up a little plate of something, or ideally some finger food that they can grab and while continuing to move.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but
there's plenty of small sandwiches and stuff.
Delightful. Yeah. Grim, does Grim see Nico anywhere?
Does Grim see what?
Nico anywhere?
Not immediately, no.
Oh, that's disappointing. Then they will just find their way into the dancing again.
Okay.
This is their jam. Figuratively, I don't know if they know the music literally, but They are an uncomplicated creature for the time being. Food and dancing.
Food and dancing. Yeah,
And they're not, like, actively trying to be on scene or anything like that.
Yeah, Eliana, if you want to roll me a perception check.
Yeah. Some fun. 13.
Yeah, you spot Grim on the dance floor.
Yeah.
They
she
whirl
will
by
stop.
you a couple of times.
She will wave. And then I think she will join on in with dancing.
Can I cast Sending to Nico?
Sure. Yeah.
That's my new friend. I made a friend. We're just friends. This is like after they've been after a song or two.
Okay.
I don't know why we're countering this. Grim is not thinking that slowly. So it's just, thank you for the tip. The ruins were perfect. Are you around?
Okay, give me a moment.
I think tack on to the end. Would enjoy dancing more if you like.
You get back. Hello, mystery person. I'm a bit occupied at the moment, but give me 20 minutes and I suppose I shall be dancing again.
Delightful. Grim's just going to keep on keeping on. They figure Nico will show up or not as he sees fit.
Fair enough. Okay, so everyone's dancing other than Corinne. Corinne, what are you up to?
Oh, I think Corinne is polishing off her bottle, and then we'll join the dancing.
Okay.
She's in a very good mood.
I'm sure.
By very good, do you mean very drunk or not yet?
I mean, so she had 3 glasses before nap time. She's polished off an entire other bottle.
Oh, she's drunk. I mean, roll a
she's
constitution check. I mean, I guess. But
I mean, she's drunk.
She's drunk.
Like, let's be real. I'll have to get her sheet open.
No, this is fine.
5.
Yep. Nope. The good news is it's not very formal dancing, so, but it is very spinny dancing, Corinne, and it is not helping that everything is already spinning. So do with that information what you will.
Yep. Yep. So Corinne goes and dances for like 2 songs and then goes to sit down for a little while.
So you notice as the sun goes down, it is a beautiful, like, vibrant sunset over the ruins. Framing the ruins beautifully as the sun starts to really go down. It is getting busy. It's busier now than it was earlier in the day as people are emerging. Food is being brought out. People are just coming in from the woods.
Corinna's just staring at the sunset.
Is she anywhere near the food? Or is she like
Not
way off to the side by
intentionally.
herself?
Like she would have probably just like stumbled off the dance floor and found the nearest place to sit.
Can Grim stumble across her en route to a food run,
Definitely.
table run? It's like is just heading off to. I don't know if Nico's shown up or not. Either way, although it will be relevant. Has Nico showed up or not?
Yeah, Nico showed up.
Okay, cool. Any weird vibes or all cool? All cool.
He's all cool.
Delightful. Yeah. Grim has a bad idea, as usual. Is so sort of heads off, probably to get has offered to bring food and or water and or wine for like whoever is in sort of the corner of the dance of the dance. I mean, I don't think they're actually on like the outskirts. They're probably like not like front and center, but they're in it.
Yeah, they're in the mix.
But like would have like offered to bring back for whoever like whoever is in their sort of current circle.
Okay.
And sort of trundles off and sees Corinne just sitting there and staring at the sunset, I guess.
Yep.
And I think this sits down next to her if there's enough room on the stone or log.
Yeah, there's plenty.
Hello.
Have you ever thought that a sunset looks different? Like you look at it and it's like you've seen a sunset before, but it's a different one.
Almost every day.
No, but not like that. It's like it's different though.
I am going to obligingly look at the sunset. Is it like I heard that it's beautiful? I heard that it's vibrant. Is it like significantly different, more different, or is it just like a particularly nice sunset?
It's just a particularly nice sunset. It is the sort of sunset that a lot of people would take pictures of and put on Facebook.
Delightful,
but not significantly different enough that it would like make the news.
You are drunk.
I am
grinning.
Friendly. I am appreciative of my environment around me with a large, like, sweeping arm gesture.
Grim ducks. You're appreciating nature, though. Like huge shit-eating grin.
Well, nature is what happens to be here right now.
Would you like to continue your appreciation of nature, or would you like an activity? I might have an activity for you.
Does the activity involve spinning?
I'm gonna look over at the dance floor for a minute. I don't think it has to, unless you want it to.
Maybe
it might involve other
bit...
people spinning in your proximity.
Oh, if it's other people spinning, that would be fine. I would like to wait on spinning for a bit.
I don't want to come between you and your sunset, though.
Well, the sunset's no. I was going to say the
sunset will be different tomorrow, and you won't ever see this one again.
I won't. You're right. I won't. Oh God, I won't.
I completely forgot. Like discarded their bad idea. and is just gonna like put an arm around her shoulder and pull it onto her shoulder.
She just continues staring at the sunset.
I guess we're just watching the sunset now. Which is not on the top 5 list of things that they were planning when they sat down here, but here we are.
As Corinne accidentally ponders her own mortality.
Not for the first. I think they will. After a few minutes, we'll summon Bosun and ask him to deliver. Like, give him very clear instructions to deliver food items to the dancing circle. And very clear instructions to not drink any wine. Whether Bosun follows these instructions or not, I don't know.
There's a few terrified and surprised noises as Bosun delivers food and wine.
Anything that gets dropped, he swoops down and gobbles up.
Oh, for sure.
And then he joins the dancing, also.
He would. At first he's given a wide berth, but eventually he's just accepted as part of the dancing.
This weird bird is here now.
I'm sure he's not the weirdest thing here.
It's just... I think there probably does come a point with the sunset where it has set enough for Corinne to lose interest, but that will be a later point in time.
Okay. I am happy to either skip ahead to it or find out what happens in the interim as the group and DM prefers.
Okay. Eliana and Erebus dancing?
Dancing.
A lot of fun.
It is very energetic.
There's definitely water and possibly more wine in Erebus' future.
And also food. Aliana needs food.
Yes.
And water and wine.
Yeah, are you all being careful about your water and wine ratios, or are we just letting it all hang tonight?
A little
For
bit
now,
careful,
yes.
but not like super careful. Just like drinking some water, drinking some wine, whatever will be.
Okay.
And also I'm heading over to the food table and thinking about those potential yield pigs in blanket, if those are on the table.
It's definitely on the table. They're a staple in this part of the world.
Cool.
Sweet. We do love yield pigs and blankets.
Yep.
Every party has them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so snacks and water and wine and more dancing and possibly return of Bianca to her food coma.
And I think at one point Eliana sees some sunset colors and decides to take a look herself.
See some what? Sorry.
Oh, she sees the sunset colors and decides to go take a look herself.
Alright, you're sitting with the rest or finding your own spot?
I think she steps out, and then realizes that the other two are there. And I think she'll join them if it looks like she might be welcome.
The only protest you hear from Corinne is if you greet as you're walking up, she will just kind of flail an arm to go, shh, we're watching.
There will never be another sunset like this one, I am told.
Technically, that's true. It's really beautiful.
Corinne just continues staring at the sunset.
Watching continues.
Erebus will join them after a few minutes, seeing that they're all together.
If she
Just
starts to
Erebus.
comment on the sunset, Grim gives her a warning look.
And she's like, and looks at Corinne and looks at the sunset and is like, thumbs up, sits down next to Leah.
Right.
Now we've all gotten looped in.
I was gonna say, y'all can go watch the sunset from somewhere else. Y'all don't have to adhere to this weirdo's drunken insistence.
But
Everyone just shut up and watch the sunset.
You're our weirdo, though.
Exactly. And Erebus's thought process is like, if I lose them again, how am I going to find them before we have to go talk about the Nine Hells?
All right. As the sun slips slowly down, and the moon rises.
The moon is much less interesting to Corinne. As soon as the sun has as soon as the last bit of light has crept away, she stands up. Is like, right, that was lovely. That's enough of that, though. Now it's all dark.
It sounds
And
like
dark is the same.
sounds like it might not be all dark for long.
It's not that dark. Grim, who can't really see darkness anymore, says.
So, Erebus, what's your passive
Yes.
perception? Erebus
It is,
and Eliana.
I believe it is 18.
18.
Let's pop out our character sheets. It is indeed 18.
Same for you, Eliana?
Yep, also 18.
You both as you moved away from the dancing and found a spot to sit, you notice out of the corner of your eye, almost at the same time, a small glowing, luminescent fox just scurry along the edge of the party.
Oh, that's interesting.
Erebus will lean around to watch where the fox is going.
Eliana will also try and track it with her eyes.
It seems to Here, let me find a picture of it.
Oh, yes. Ooh. Okay.
What is this thing I can't see? That's cool.
It's a shiny fox. It's skirting around the edge of the party.
Yeah, so it skirts around the edge. It seems to bow its head and nibble at something that's on the ground before dashing away.
I'm gonna follow that.
I do too. That's fascinating. Yeah, we're gonna go after it.
Okay, are you heading into the forest?
Okay, this
Yes.
feels like it's a bad idea, but it also feels like it's a call to adventure.
Yes.
Okay.
We cannot resist the call to adventure, and also there's been wine involved. So
Yeah.
All right. Are you
Calling Corinne and Grim about this.
okay?
before going.
Have fun.
I'm sorry, you're following what?
Shiny
There's a
fox,
glo-
bye!
There's a glowing fox that seems like it might be significant.
I look. Do I see a glowing fox?
Roll a perception check.
I don't even know how. 10.
No,
10 is my perception
no, you do not see a glowing fox at all.
check. All right. Good luck.
Thanks.
Make good choices. Drink water
Always
first.
do.
Make sure you can hear the music.
We'll
We
talk
don't
about
want
that
you
later.
to miss out on the dancing.
Good idea. If we can't hear the music, then we've probably gone somewhere else that's weird.
I
That is
feel
true.
like.
Good point.
Hold on. Grim snaps their fingers to unsummon Bosun from wherever he is, and then resummons Bosun next to them. Bosun, please go with them and. I don't know what. That's Bosun's instructions. Go with them and I don't know what.
All right, Bosun is down to go with them, and I don't know what.
Cool.
Okay. Cool. Cool and fine and cool.
Cool. It's just to verify you are following the shiny fox out into the woods.
Yes.
So excited.
Yeah. Is this a bad idea?
No.
Yes. But sometimes you
Are we
need to do
doing
the
it?
bad idea.
I would also
Yeah.
not be able to resist if I could see the
Yeah.
shiny fox. Like Grim might be able to, but Hannah, would not.
We're chalking this one up to just enough wine to make possibly foolish decisions.
Yeah.
Okay,
Also, maybe overconfidence about navigating the forest.
sure. Speaking of, roll me a survival check to track the glowing fox.
Yep, sure.
Both of us are just
Actually,
Erebus.
okay, here's what we're gonna do. First, Erebus, roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Seems fine.
Oh, damn.
Hey,
Yeah, you're fine.
yeah.
You're
Not
fine.
20.
You know what? You are sober and clear-headed, and you saw a glowing fucking fox. You're gonna follow it. You can roll me your survival without any disadvantage.
Okay, fantastic. This is also my favorite terrain.
Yeah. So
Oh, I love that for you.
Let's see how that goes for me. All right, I get my proficiency bonus doubled, so that's a 16.
16? Okay. You have to move quickly, and with Eliana at your side, you both kind of keep half an eye on the glowing tail of the fox as you follow it into the woods. How long are you following the fox, and how deep are you following the fox into the woods?
I think probably at about the 5 to 10 minute mark, this starts to feel like it's not going to go anywhere. What are
Yeah.
you thinking, Marina?
I think
This fox
so.
is moving. Like it's high speed. So 5 to 10 minutes. You guys make tracks. You're out of the like you can just kind of hear the music of the camp.
Okay, we can still hear it,
Roll me a
but only just kind of.
perception check.
Cool. Cool and fine. Fine and cool. Pretty 20.
13.
Erebus, roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Good. Okay. 14.
Okay, give me a minute. I gotta roll. You don't see the mushroom circle
Oh no!
until after Eliana's foot is already in it.
Oh no.
And she slips in, and your hand goes out to grab her. But you're just a minute too slow.
Oh no! Oh good. Seems fine.
As the fox dove into the mushroom circle, and the Eliana followed and just happened to step into it and not stop
Bosun
short.
also dives into
Okay.
Bosun
dives
is-
into the circle. as
Oh,
he
Yeah,
sees it.
he knows. Bosun
I
knows.
was gonna tell him to go back. Can't grab
Bosun
her.
loves a mushroom circle.
Dang
and
it.
was
Okay,
instructed to go with them, and I don't know what. Just going with Eliana and the fox. That's two people you lose.
Good.
So,
You
Erebus,
know too, to be clear.
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Cool. Oh no.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's totally fine. This would be a great time to have message, and I sure don't. So,
Oh, the good news is I have message. The bad news is it only works for if you 420 feet. And we're a heck of a lot further away than that.
oh yeah. Okay. So then,
So what do our surroundings look like?
We'll get to you. Erebus, you are alone in the
Yeah.
woods.
I sure am. There's no way, like, thaumaturgy is getting anyone's attention either. Okay. So I am going to not jump into the mushroom circle by myself. So, I think. Oh boy.
All the cool kids are jumping into the mushroom circle, Erebus.
This is a 5 to 10 minutes. So okay, I am assuming. No, I can't assume anything. I probably left the dragons back at the camp. Okay, I'm going to. You know, we're just gonna go with bad idea juice. I'm gonna like make a sign for anyone that happens to come by.
Tell me a little
Just
bit more
say-
about how you're making a sign.
Not with like words, but ranger like signals of
Like hunting flags and stuff.
yeah, something like that. Just like whatever I have that is like just hey, a thing is here. Come find us or something. And then jump in the mushroom circle.
You're also going to jump in the mushroom circle. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is my try to leave a sign in case someone comes looking for us, but also the 5 to 10 minutes of running fast is a lot, and I don't have anybody to send back because Bo's into the mushroom circle.
God.
You could go back. Tell everybody.
I almost kind of want to take it back, but
No,
also
there is
I've,
no-
I've,
If you wanted
I've,
to,
I've
that would
said
be
what I
fine.
said.
You said what you said. You said what you said. All right, you're resting. Erebus thinks about it for a moment, dives into the mushroom circle. So we're gonna. I'm prepared for this. I love it. I love when this happens. Okay, so welcome to the Feywild campaign, everybody.
I'm so excited. I loved your Feywild. Too bad I'm not there.
I feel like it was gonna happen at some point or another. Aliena avoided the mushroom circle once when we were doing Ravenholm, but it was gonna come for her one way or another.
Okay, so you find yourself we're gonna take a 5-minute break for me to get a drink, and then we'll be right back.
Perfect.
I'm sorry, except
I love this. I know that I feel like I've been derailed, but I love this 100%. This is... Hannah knows what happens when everyone decides to make a choice, and I just get like, I just need 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes.
Totally fair, and
Yep.
a very good DM
Yep.
instinct to say, I'm just gonna need a second here.
Y'all didn't want to
break
touch
for
a
everyone.
crystal a couple games ago, and I was like, they're not gonna follow the fox, and then y'all real did that. So give me.
decided to
Just
be
go to
less
the place that we
risk-averse.
knew we needed to go.
We will.
Amazing.
Let me grab a drink. We'll be back at 7:45.
Delightful.
Perfect.
Go team.
If you all never trust Aliena again, like, get it.
I'm so delighted. Bosun is so delighted. He's so proud of you.
Perhaps this is what Aliena and Bosun need in order to build a good relationship, some bonding time in the Feywild.
Okay, I am back.
I'm so excited.
All right.
Cool, bad choices. Down here we come.
Love bad choices. Bad choices are my favorite choices.
I'm just a girl in love. I can't be held responsible for my actions. Actually, I can.
Oops.
Okay, so Eliana, you find yourself in a clearing alone. And you are clearly not where you just were. Something has happened. The colors are all brighter here. It's like, I don't know, it's like putting on new glasses. Like everything seems sharper and crisper here. You don't hear the sound of the camp far away anymore. It seems to have faded off into the distance. In front of you is probably the biggest tree that you have ever seen.
Alright, about how far in front of me does that tree appear to be?
Probably 100 feet.
Alright. I look around. I realize that I am definitely not where I started. Is there any sign of a glowing fox by any chance?
He's peeking around and kind of seems to have been he seems to be hiding the base of the tree.
Okay. I am going to slowly and keeping an eye on things around me as much as I can walk up to that tree.
Okay. The bark shifts on the tree, and a face turns to look at you. Who are you?
I'm not from here.
That does not answer the question.
I am a traveler. I'm an adventurer. I'm a healer. I'm a storyteller.
Will you tell me a story then, storyteller?
You like true stories? Or do you like the ones that have a bit of whimsy to them?
All stories are true somewhere.
They are, aren't they? Well, once upon a time, I feel like I've written this story down somewhere. But I do not have any recollection of it. So I am just going to go off of memory. Once upon a well, one of the stories that I have liked and thought of in recent memory is the tale of the Rose Prince. Of how once upon a time there was a prince who was looking to make a marriage, and how all of the princesses in the land were presented to him, all of the young duchesses, the countesses, and the young and honorable ladies. And the prince had a beautiful rose garden. It was his pride. It was his joy. Some might have even said it was his true love. And he he would offer roses to those whom he thought he might grow to love, and sent the remainder away to go back to their lands. But it was becoming apparent that those the prince favored were not the ones who his father, the king, would have preferred. And so the king sent a wizard to ensnare the mind of the prince in order to attempt to end this farce. But in the way of mind ensnaring magics, all too often the true will of a person cannot be overrun for long. And true love prevailed.
Roll a performance check with advantage.
All right. $22.
That is acceptable. And the roots part to reveal a small chest.
Thank you. And I will bend down. I'll open the chest.
In it is a bangle bracelet inlaid with what appears to be some sort of maybe moonstone or opal, something that doesn't quite maintain a color. It seems to be shifting depending on the light you look at it in.
All right. I accept it from the chest. Thinking about whether I'm going to put it on. I'm going to put it on.
Okay. You put it on. Erebus, this is about when you come crashing into the scene.
Cool.
You see Eliana sitting at the base of a tree. Or standing at the base of a tree, rather. A little bit in front of you. Bosun is playing in the branches.
Okay, I'm glad to see them both safe, and run up to the tree. Eliana, you're okay.
Yes.
Who are you?
Oh,
Elena's mouthing, don't say your name, don't say your name.
Erebus is like panic face, composed face. I am, a ranger. I am a traveler. I am a dragon guardian.
You are missing your dragons.
Yes, that's true. They are safe. It's not here.
You all hear a loud crashing noise as a huge group of people starts thundering through the underbrush on mounts. Just rushing past you. It's probably 30 or 40 people, fully mounted, armed and armored, on huge horses. Horses the size of Clydesdales. And astride them, these people? Question mark? Do not seem small. One turns and turns their horse to face you. She is riding a large black steed with glowing red eyes, and she wears a crown that looks like it's made of horn as she watches you. Humans and humanoids. Are you lost?
We were brought here.
Many are. Where's the one that brought you?
Good
Just
question.
behind
Did you
the
see
tree.
it?
When
Oh, okay, yes.
The glowing fox is gone. He took off during the story. You have no protector?
There was a fox.
It was a fox. She kind of turns to her companions who have stopped and are circling, antsy, even, to continue. These are
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
So, in response to you have no protection, only that we carry with ourselves. Bosun, go back. Please.
Just go tell Grim.
DM, is this a Hannah driving boat?
Yeah,
decision?
I will let you decide
Okay.
what Bosun does.
We know that Bosun has taken instructions from the party before.
Mhm.
Like he is a creature of great chaos, but generally a good-hearted type in his own weird way.
Yeah.
I think Bosun.
And Bosun's been to the Feywild before.
Yeah, the problem I'm having is that I don't know if Bosun can't unsummon himself.
Uh-huh. Okay, so let's go back to the other group. This might be a good opportunity.
Like, if there's a mushroom circle visible, Bosun will dive into it.
Mm-hmm. Grim and Corinne.
Yeah.
You all dance.
Yes.
You eat. Drink more wine. Drink some water? Question mark?
Grim is only drinking water at this point. They've only refused wine once.
Okay.
And especially with Corinne. Yeah.
I was gonna say, is Grim force feeding Corinne wine or water, or like doing?
I mean, like, they're trying to be cool about it, but definitely.
I'm gonna say,
like,
over the course of the dancing, you have had your 3 offers.
Okay.
You've made friends. They know that you know the deal. So
delightful. Grim is still only drinking water. Like, if Corinne is 6 sheets to the wind, or however many sheets to the wind we are at this point, they would be sticking with water. They're in designated driver mode. And I think like between dances and like when there's pauses, they will go and just somehow return with water and just offer it to her every time. Like it's a glass of water. If she doesn't take it, they will drink it. But there are consistent offers.
Mhm.
I do think she gets into competitive challenge mode once again, as she tends to do when they start offering her water. And so, as usual, will take the accepted water, continue to make eye contact as she chugs the entire thing, and then presents them back with the glass.
So Grim is perhaps only drinking water, like perhaps a little dehydrated by this point.
Okay.
Up.
So around you, you notice several things happening. You notice that there are dancing lights around you. You guys are familiar with the spell, but these seem to move on their own without any sort of no caster specified. There also seems to be a lot more people than were here when the party started. A lot more.
Do they seem less? Because before it was mostly
Roll a
like
perception or insight check.
that's bosun sheet. I'm not gonna roll from that one. I'll roll insight. 12. Did I have would we have had a short rest while sitting on the rock?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Okay.
You guys did sit and stare at the sunset for like an hour, so I'll give you a short rest.
A while. It's the only time we're ever gonna see this sunset.
I know!
That was amazing. So it's a 12 for Graham.
12 for Grim. I feel like you don't notice anything specific, but that Grim, by their very nature, might have some, like, uncanny valley tingles. But about some people. Not everybody, but just some people. Like, eyes too
The stranger
large.
danger feels a little stronger.
Yeah, like the stranger danger feels stronger. Like you don't feel like you don't have the anxiety of I am actively in danger or this is a dangerous situation. But something about some of these people just doesn't feel quite right in ways that you cannot put words to.
Mm-hmm. Is Corinne taking any pauses between dances, or is she being intense about that too?
Until the spinning
Is she
slows
even still
down.
dancing with Grim? I don't even know.
I think she takes frequent breaks from the dancing as long as she still has a little bit of the spins. But as time goes on and that does start to wear off, I do think she remembers. One of the grannies was gonna take a look at this flower for me, and so I don't know if she finds Grim or if she just makes a beeline for the heads of household.
Grim is keeping an eye on her at this point. Like since the sun set, unless she's still stealthing, she's not getting out of their line of sight.
Sure. You've not seen your companions in a little while either.
So Grim would so she takes off towards the granny's tent. Grim scurries to catch up with her. Corinne. Following at the step, not asking her to stop.
It has been very nice dancing, but I do need a break.
I believe you. I am just accompanying you. I wondered if I also had a question.
I maybe have an answer.
Were all these people here before?
Corinne will survey the crowd.
Second question, are these all people who could have been here before?
She kind of mouths people who could have been here before.
Just look at them, please. I think you'll see.
Corinne will kind of stop, turn, face the crowd, focus real hard. What kind of check would this be, Heather?
Perception or insight.
Perception or insight. Okay. It's the same. It's a 20.
The crowd seems bigger than can reasonably, even with all 4 families there. Oh, sorry, with all 3 families there. The crowd still seems bigger than would reasonably accommodate for that. Also, some of these people are not humans and are not doing a very good job of passing off as, like, elves, or Eladrin, or Dragonborn, or gnomes, even. Like, they just look... Some of these people look strange. Their eyes are too big for their face. Their smiles are too wide and too sharp. Some of them dance with an ethereal grace that's way beyond any capability you've seen before.
Well, so first thing, there must have been far more people in those big tents than I thought, or they came from somewhere else entirely, because this is not the same number of people that were here when we started. And second of all, I think they are also getting sloppy drunk because they are slipping in their attention to detail of their personal appearance.
I'm sorry that broke me.
So you don't think it's anything to be concerned about? It's just a party, yeah? It's a very good party. Of course they would want to come.
It's a very good party. And also, why are these people thinking that they need to disguise themselves as material plane humanoids, and also they're getting careless or more drunk?
Well, I was going
Or
to say... Never mind, I'm not going to say that.
Grimbane, I know that I am intoxicated. Thank you.
They like miss a step, and like almost trip, and then like don't they catch themselves, and just like blink at her for a moment.
She looks back at them and says, "You don't seem very undaunted right now," looking very pleased with herself.
Oh. Where are you going? You're going somewhere with great purpose. I will meet you there with water. Never mind. I'm not letting you out of my sight. They're just gonna hook their arm through her, like hook their elbow through hers, unless she dodges.
She does not, and she looks very self-satisfied as she makes her way to the grannies.
They're just gonna like lean in and give her a kiss on the cheek and just tag along to the grannies. If Corinne's not concerned, they're not concerned.
I mean, she's too drunk to be concerned right now.
They will eventually be concerned, like
Yeah.
like eventually, but not yet, apparently.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
You're looking to find Chevali?
Yes.
Okay. You find Chevali sitting at a table with the young friend, Callie, who was friends with Eliana and you know is Melody's sister-in-law. Callie seems to have a bowl of the bread pudding and is delighted.
Corinne kind of steps up and says, "I know, it's delicious, right?"
Is that bread pudding?
It is. Would you like some?
I would love some very much. Thank you, please. I don't think Grim saw the dessert table because they've been so busy dancing.
It is not on the dessert table.
Oh, then they are staring at it covetously.
Chevali looks at Callie, who nods, and a small bowl is portioned out for Grim as well.
Was that like a nod of permission?
Yes.
Grim like looks at the bowl, and then looks at Callie, like sidelong look from behind their eye patch things, and looks at.
It is perfectly
Simply.
safe. No strings attached.
That looks like a strings attached look, though.
No, it is mine to give away as I see fit.
All right. It was like still has their arm through Corinne, so like has accepted the bowl like so like the hand of the linked arm and like will awkwardly take a bite.
It's fucking delicious.
They like whimper a little bit and just focus on eating it without spilling it and also without losing track of Corinne. They're all too conscious could happen at any moment.
Corinne kind of addresses Shivali. Shivali, I remembered, and she takes the flower from behind her ear. I remembered our conversation from earlier. Is now the right time to take a look? Or is it too early? Or when would be an appropriate time?
I can take a look now. Shivali will take it and look it over. It is a perpetual bloom. It will never wither, die, or age.
Oh, that's lovely. Corinne takes it back and puts it back behind her ear. Oh, also, we should find Gertie. We were going to talk to her about hell, right? Addressing Grim with that.
Oh. Mid bite of bread pudding. Like chews and swallows in a hurry. Doesn't look happy about it because this is not bread pudding to be eaten in a hurry. This is bread pudding to be savored. I beg your pardon.
Well, so Gertie, one of the hosts, knows some things about the Nine Hells, and so we were going to talk to her about how to. That was what Erebus said. Where is Erebus, by the way? Did they come back? I wasn't paying attention.
I'm sure they're making very good choices.
Callie kind of lifts her head. Came back.
They ran off into the woods a bit ago.
It seemed like a bad idea, but they don't usually make bad ideas. At least Erebus.
Are they together?
They were when they left.
No.
They,
She looks to Corinne like... Translate, please.
So usually Erebus has a very good head on her shoulders. And she and Eliana went into the woods with Bosun, addressing Grim once again.
I was just going to say, he doesn't usually make good decisions, but he's not usually making decisions for other people, so that's all right.
So, they said something about they saw a thing. They saw something.
And they saw something. I didn't see anything.
They thought they saw something, and then they went to go chase it into the woods.
So, at the party teaming with Faye, they saw a thing, and they chased it into the woods.
Yes. Spirit of the festivities moved them, I suppose.
We're watching a sunset.
And also the wine.
Hold on. And we'll snap their fingers to unsummon Bosun and then again to summon Bosun here in the tent.
Alright. Bosun reappears.
Remind me how this bread pudding is currently distributed. Like, is there a cauldron? Is there a big tray?
I would say, there's a Dutch oven of it on the table. It is not a large amount.
Bosun dives for it. Grim snaps their fingers again. Well, can't like with the hand that's holding the spoon, the fork, to unsummon them. And then looks at Corinne. Does she have anything in her free hand?
No, I think by now she has by now she just has the one wine glass in her hand. She is no longer carrying a bottle because I assume Grim probably confiscated that at the first available opportunity.
If there was an opportunity, yes.
Yeah.
I am going to bring him back. If I let you go, will you catch him and not depart immediately?
Sure. Where would I go? I'm certainly not about to go running into the woods by myself. Are you kidding?
It wouldn't be the first time. They snap their fingers again to resummon Bosun, like basically directly in front of Corinne.
Corinne reaches out to grasp Bosun by the feet.
His flappy feet. He like beats his wings and strains all his tentacles, and like for about 3 seconds makes a good effort at trying to escape and go to the bread pudding. And then Grim puts a forkful of bread pudding in front of his bill, and he settles into Corinne's elbow. All right.
Now supposed to be tucked away.
Like Grim is like glancing at everyone in the tent, who I'm assuming is watching. Watching this story.
Callie has got a small glass of wine and is just sipping it, like so curious.
All right, Bosun. Where have you been?
He's very excited to tell you about the mushroom circle, about the giant talking tree, about the glowing fox, about the bunch of people in armor with the giant horses.
Stop. Thank you. When you say... I'm trying to think how to ask this because you're you, and I appreciate that very much. I enjoy you as a creature. When you say giant horses and people in armor, do you mean that in the sense that I am thinking it? Or is this like the time there was a house that was smoking?
He sends you a image of what the rest saw.
Yes, those are indeed people in armor on giant horses. And they're just going to take another bite of the bread pudding.
Are you talking out loud?
Yes, I think they would be at this point.
Callie just lifts her head. People in armor and on large horses, you say?
Did you catch the mushroom circle? There was also a mushroom circle. He's very fond of mushroom circles, but this one wasn't his fault, it sounds like.
Uh-huh.
Hold on. Kim would like to cast Sending to Eliana.
Sending work across planes? I think it does.
I believe so. Let's double check.
I think that's the one spell that does, yes.
In 95% works across planes.
Alright, roll a d20, don't roll a 1.
Nine.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Bosun tells me you've had an adventure. Can you get back? Where?
Anderson, sorry.
Yeah. Where are you exactly? If you know. Got a couple words left. I'll throw it in the chat once word counted. I think they sort of pause and glance at the tent to see if anyone has any quick words of wisdom. But if everyone's just watching.
Callie's got her face, she's just rubbing the bridge of her nose.
Then Grim will add, make better choices, please. And I think Eliana knows them well enough to know that sort of hear sort of the that is 100% coming from a place of concern and 0% from a place of scolding, at least as intended. It's like they're audibly, clearly casting about for something.
All right.
Okay. So she will answer. Haywile with Erebus. Don't know the way back. Might be in danger from hunters. We will find the way back as soon as we can. And I'm going to check word count to see if anything gets cut off. Okay, that's 25 words exactly.
Nice. Grim will sort of repeat it aloud as it comes to them.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, hunters. Good.
I am going to assume that diving into the mushroom circle after them is not the correct course of action.
No, it most certainly is not. I would be happy to help. For a favor.
Is this Callie talking, or is this
It's Callie.
talking?
This is 100% Callie.
Grim's gonna glance at Corinne.
You are an expert in the Feywild. Or you seem to be. What are the parameters of your favor?
A task taking no longer than 4 days. Nothing requiring certain death, but something that would require some skill. Nothing breaking the law
please?
or requiring murder.
Whose days?
Your days. In fact, nothing that would take you something on this dimension, plane, whatever you want to call it.
Grim looks a tiny bit disappointed. Like just a tiny bit. Most like 98% concerned, 2% disappointed. Do we both have to agree?
Just one of you.
All right.
She holds out a hand for a handshake.
Grim will shake her hand.
Okay.
They like there was a brief awkward shuffle to get the to consolidate the.
She will help.
Yeah. They're not letting go. They're just like dumping the fork into the bowl to free up their dominant hand.
Okay. Around your hand, a small, almost tattoo-looking marking appears of a vine around your wrist.
They just stare at.
Corinne, Grim is staring at their wrists. You do not understand why.
Are you alright?
Only you can see it.
Believe I just made a bargain with. Well, I'm sorry. No offense.
It's a fae.
I was going to say. I believe I just made a bargain with a fae creature. So I don't know yet if I'm all right. I suppose I'll find out. And then I remember that you are not the strangest thing I've made a bargain with. So now I feel better. Thank you very much.
If you ever want a new boss, let me know. She lets that bot just go, and turns her hand, and in her hand I'm gonna make the wild assumption we have all seen the labyrinth here.
Yes.
Some of us get more against our wills than others. But yes.
A crystal.
Yeah, it happens,
Oh,
but I know enough about it.
a crystal forms in her hand, and she lets it go, and it becomes weightless and floats away.
Grim looks after it. Bosun tries to dive out of Corinne's grasp after it. Can he roll a strength
She
check?
tightens her grip.
Can he contest this?
Sure. As far as I'm concerned, that's fine.
7. It's. I don't think it's possible for him to not restrain him. Yeah.
14.
Yeah. He is so restrained. Grim glances at the ball, glances back at Callie.
It disappears. It pops and disappears.
Are we not supposed to follow that?
I would not recommend it, no.
That's good, because I was going to say, are we supposed to follow a strange thing out into the woods to make up, to correct for our friends following a strange thing out into the woods, and it seemed like a bad idea. What are we supposed to do?
We will stay here for a moment. We're gonna smash cut to the Feywild.
Yeah, Grim eyes her and takes another bite of bread pudding.
Yeah.
As you all stare down these hunters.
Yeah. And they've just asked us if we were protected. And what happens next is going to depend on whether Eliana has her bag of holding on her, but I think she usually does keep it on her.
Okay.
So she is going to draw out her Fey Maple Leaf.
Okay. They look confused by it. Does the Fey Maple Leaf, does it do anything? I can't remember.
I remember we had Bones take a look at them. I can take a quick look through notes. If I Google Fall Court, because that was when, that's the context at which this came up. No, that's not it. Oh, contents. This might not be as easy to find as I want it to be.
Because I think they were tokens. I think they were adamantine, if I remember correctly.
That sounds right.
Or some other precious metal.
Yeah. Okay, I think I'm probably not going to find it, so let's just go with your recollection.
Okay.
Okay. So they look confused.
One of them in the back speaks up. We have no interest in a token of a minor fae from the full court, and everyone starts kind of laughing.
Very well. She puts it away.
And then a shadow begins to form behind them. And out of the shadow is a man in black adamantine armor with kind of long, bright red hair, like unnaturally bright red hair. Green eyes, pale skin. Wearing probably a significantly large metal crown. And he just walks through the crowd towards you.
Good.
The hunters part. Starting to look a little scared. Horses are getting skittish as he walks towards you.
Is there any chance I might have an inkling about, like, recognize the armor or the crown?
Yeah, you can. I mean, you could roll a history check if you'd like.
The answer is no. It's fine.
Like, I don't know.
Okay.
I want to give you like a luck check. 17. It looks fey.
That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Looks fey in nature. Maybe has some like winter flowers and winter themes in it.
Good. Okay.
But nothing specifically noticeable. As he steps towards you all. I heard you all were in need of assistance. And he does a polite bow. Not a bow, but like a gentleman bowing.
Go ahead.
Who told you?
My wife
Who
said I
told you
should
we were...
come here
Okay,
immediately.
got it. Your wife?
He kind of turns around. They are under the protection of Queen Callista Morgana Le Fay de Santos, so I think you all should continue on your original prey.
Go on.
The hunters do. It's not a cartoon scurry, but definitely a frustrated, like, 80s supervillain, period drama, as their horses make their way. away.
She did warn me about being too trusting.
No?
Yes. I knew there was something peculiar about her. But she is correct. We would like to return to our plane.
I would be happy to send you back.
Yes, please.
If you'd be so obliging, grandfather. He kind of nods to the tree. And the tree opens and a doorway appears in it.
You.
Thank you for your help.
Yes, thank you.
Oh. Have fun at your party and tell my wife I'll see her in the morning.
I shall.
And with that, he'll turn and disappear into shadows.
Go into the tree, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you find yourself at the edge of
Cool.
camp.
I start walking back into camp right away after noticing that the light is quite a bit different, and that our friends are not there anymore. Let's shit. Let's get back.
What is it? Erebus is running along with her, but
I am not looking forward to explaining this to everyone.
oh, yes. Yes, oh no, they're never gonna let us hear the end of this.
No, but they can be as smug as they like, smug as they wish. And I
Yes.
shall accept it. But they will be glad to see us. Whatever has been done.
Of course. Yes, let's go find them and let them know we're okay.
Yeah. Keeps on walking through camp.
Same.
Okay. Are you all looking for your comrades?
Yep.
Yes.
I mean, they're not hard to find. They're probably still hanging out with Calix. It's only been a minute or two.
Yeah.
Time in the Feywild's weird. So
They're
yeah,
just very focused on their bread pudding.
Grim and
but, like-
Corinne, like, she just sets off that bubble, and like a minute later, Erebus and Eliana are like trudging towards you all.
And that's a very efficient way of getting things done.
Grim like side eyes her a little bit. Please sober up before you make any agreements, shake any hands.
Drunken agreements are the best agreements.
You like turns and like without like meaning to turns sharply to Callie, like pointed the fork at her. And I think like
She wouldn't
in
be
the moment of pointing the fork realizes that this is not a good idea.
She seems amused. She wouldn't be the first one to make a drunken deal with a fae.
I am well aware of that.
To be fair, consent is important to me, and I would prefer to make sober deals. If you still
I,
want
of
to
course-
make a deal in the morning, young one. And she gives Corinne a wink.
I of course would never stand in the way of like turning like fork still pointed at Callie, like looks over at Corinne, of you making any choice that you really wanted to make. I think we should talk about this one first.
Look, you're saying a lot of things, and I am at the point where I sort of think I need more wine to have these conversations. And
You
I
need more
found
water.
Well, it's a beverage of sorts.
Bosun sees Eliana and Erebus approaching and makes a happy chainsaw noise.
Eliana has not had a facial expression of any kind on her face since she first realized that she was in the Feywild and was encountering with these creatures, and she's not quite ready to start having facial expressions again quite yet.
Oh no. Erebus looks patently relieved to see them.
And Eliana addresses Callie. You have done us a kindness, and one that I expect did
Hold
not...
on, please. Tell me something only Eliana would know. Like now point to the fork at Eliana.
Give me a moment out of character to think of something good.
Extremely fair. Erebus is about to get like they probably, if Eliana looks like she needs a minute to think, like Erebus gets the same treatment immediately. Tell me something only Erebus would know.
You asked me about someone who knows how to do wish?
Oh, that's very good. And also, I feel shouldn't have been said in front of this crowd, but it's very good.
I'm
All right.
sorry.
Oh, you're yourself. That's fine. Welcome back.
Thanks.
Callie pours herself another glass of wine with a label in it in a language that you all don't speak. Grim knows a couple of words, though, enough to recognize that the writing is Sylvan.
Oh,
I just put.
Oh, I speak Sylvan.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
everyone speaks Sylvan.
Everyone except me speaks Sylvan.
Oh, okay. It's a wine. It's a wine label. It's from the LaFay Vineyards. Like,
Ooh.
That seems fine.
Corinne kind of like
Really
sidles
never-
over a little bit towards Callie and like,
she fills your glass. She is so amused.
excellent.
And meanwhile, Eliana will answer the question. You gave Kalindra the noodle recipe.
I did give Kalindra the noodle recipe. Thank you. That's an acceptable thing to say in front of this crowd as well. Welcome back.
Thank you.
I'm quite sure you're filled with gratitude, just as you express it. Maybe don't offer to do anything in return.
I have learned some lessons about that, yes.
Besides, Grim has already paid for it. Or will pay for it.
I was going to say,
We have a favor to do at some point.
Should I ask now for more details, or is this... It was only 4 days, maximum of 4 days, wasn't it? But they would not have specified 4 days.
There's no rush.
I hate that.
We're at a party. We should enjoy the party, and we can talk business tomorrow.
Except that we have somewhere to be right now. And Erebus kind of looks at the sky to see if the Borealis has started.
Your husband, the princeling, does send his greetings.
Oh, good to know. I'll see him in the morning.
Eliana inclines her head.
Unfortunately,
Yes, he said he'll see you in the morning.
Oh, good. He has work this evening.
I will now accept a glass of that wine, please.
She pours you a glass of wine.
As long as it goes with the bread pudding.
It definitely goes with the bread pudding.
Oh,
Pudding.
may I try that?
Of course. It's from my family vineyards.
Oh, I'm delighted to try the wine, but I meant the bread pudding. We'll address that to the grandmother, if the grandmother is still around.
She is. She's mostly just watching this with, like, popcorn emoji, like...
God, those grandmothers are goals for Corinne. Cannot overstate
Incredible.
that.
Callie nods to the grandmother, and bowls are doled out for everyone who wants some.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Corinne just sneaks bites from everyone else's bowls.
Grim once was going to hook their arm back through hers as soon as possible, while continuing to juggle bread pudding and wine.
Oh, this is very delicious. Thank you so much. We do need to go talk to Gertie about the hells. She says, looking at the rest of them.
Oh, so that's real.
Yes, it's real. I'm so sorry. I was going to tell you earlier, but there was the sunset.
It was a very good sunset.
I'm not casting shade on your sunset. It was beautiful. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
No, I
but
believe
we were
the
told not to talk,
movement
so I
of the
didn't talk.
heavenly bodies takes care of that.
Everyone who is drinking Fey wine, please roll me a Constitution saving throw.
As Grim attempts to explain
Delightful.
astrophysics to Erebus.
10.
20.
19.
I'm gonna roll for Bosun too, because he's definitely sneaking sips.
Oh, it sure is.
1 for Bosun.
buddy.
Bosun is like cartoon levels of drunk.
All right, Bosun can't get drunk.
Oh, right!
Oh, never mind. Bosun is greatly enjoying his drink.
Performatively. 12 for Erebus.
The Fey wine bird finally got Fey wine and is ecstatic.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible.
Corinne, everything is spinny. You don't understand why everyone's upset. It's a brilliant evening. Everything is beautiful and shining and happy.
Excellent. Everything is sparkly. The colors are all brighter.
Yes.
Has the Borealis started by chance?
Not quite, but you do see a couple of shooting stars as you look up.
As she looks up, she, like... So she's got... Grim has hooked one arm, and I think she kind of, like, grabs at their shoulders. Look, the stars!
Erebus,
They're moving.
you are also intoxicated.
Wait, who is that to?
Erebus.
Yeah, checks out. Ooh, okay. Suddenly we feel better about the Feywild. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Grim like looks up at the stars and looks at Corinne, and like then looks at Erebus and looks at Eliana, and makes like a, I guess this is happening face in her direction.
Aliana makes a spellcasting gesture toward Grim. Trying like she's doing whatever. I actually haven't decided what this gesture is, but it's her lesser restoration one. And she is ready to have a facial expression again in order to go with this unspoken question.
I think they drop into awakened mind. To Eliana. I honestly don't really know. I kind of don't want to ruin it for them.
You know,
I feel like I should, but I kind of don't want to.
she nods and her mouth works up in a bit of a smile.
Would you be able to keep tabs on like slight head tilt in Erebus's direction?
Aliana answers that by she loops her arm through Erebus's.
And like still telepathically, I would offer to trade if you preferred, but if I let go of her, I don't know that anyone will ever get a hand on her again.
She smiles again. And then, right, all right. We are going to go see the lights outside.
Wait, there's
is
more
it time
lights?
for the lights and more lights?
Yes, let's go. Callie, I am certain
Okay.
we will speak another time. In the meantime, enjoy your evening. Thank you for the wine. Madam, she addresses the grandmother, whose name she does not know. Thank you for the bread. Thank you for the bread pudding. Come on, let's go. And Eliana is out. Her arm looped through Erebus's, should Erebus choose to follow.
Oh yeah, Erebus is happily leaning against her, looking around. Everything's great. Not a care in the world.
Great.
Corinne tips her glass towards Callie. My compliments to the family vineyard. This is spectacular. I don't know if that's to your credit or familial credit or the Earth's credit or
I mean, I
The-
helped make it. It's good for you to take a break from port and, just fuck around on the winery for a little bit.
yes, fucking around in the winery. Flings a hand up or attempts to, the one that is that Grim has looped in. And then also gestures, tips her glass towards Shivali. Shivali, thank you ever so much for identifying this brilliant bloom. I hope to be like you someday.
Grim is suddenly staring, very quickly trying to do a complete read of this grandmother who they had previously not noticed beyond the bed pudding.
She's greatly amused at all of the fuckery that has happened this evening, and will raise a glass of water to Corinne. Enjoy your
To
evening,
your
young
health.
one.
To your health and to the health of all of those in this presence.
Bosun makes happy chainsaw noises. in agreement.
And then from there, Corinne will nudge Grimm's like, they said that there were going to be lights. We should go see lights because they won't be the same either, right? We'll never see the same lights again.
Right.
Can I volunteer a monologue?
If you need a token, you can have it.
Okay. I will insert my monologue here. Because I'm going to have to do the talking about the trip to hell. Aren't I? And then a string of curse words follows.
In what language?
Combination of human and elvish and draconic. It is fine. There are times when I am able to speak and it goes all right. If it does, I may even have some chance at redemption for the day. It will go all right. It will go all right. End monologue.
I love this for her.
Yeah, and Grim is just gonna shepherd Corinne back outside. Like they're not their sense is that she has an agenda, and they're not trying to lead her anywhere in particular. They're just trying to stay with her, and to whatever degree they can keep her within line of sight of Eliana and Erebus. They will do that as well. If she seems entirely captivated by the moving lights, they are happy to stand there and watch the stars and discuss how they're different than every other night stars. If she starts to get distracted, they'll come up with something else. And to be clear, they find this as sort of flummoxed with all of everything as they are. They do find this extremely charming because Grim fucking loves watching it. Watching the sky, and finds it very, very fun and romantic. So, in spite of themselves, they are enjoying this.
Corinne, I think, is generally pretty content to just be led around at this point. I do think at one point she, as she is draining this particular glass of wine, she kind of just drapes herself across Grimm's back, just dangling an arm over their shoulder, just looking up at the stars, and is just sort of at one point, it really is just, never really think about it, but it really is different every single night.
Yeah, it is. Isn't it?
She does not answer Eliana.
Staring at the stars. Yeah. And then just wraps her in a little closer and just nods. And the next leading around will wander by a table of water. And just a white mess of water.
She allows it, and as they do so, she just she boops them on the nose with her other hand. She's like, I love you.
I changed my mind. You can have as much wine as you want.
You're just saying that because I'm saying nice things.
Correct. Please don't stop.
I would never.
You do, though, all the time.
Stop
And they,
saying
like,
nice
boop her nose back.
She, like, is a little slow to react and kind of, like, blinks and, like, shakes her head a little bit. I think you owe me an apology for that in the form of another glass of wine.
I think so, too. And they will
I'm
turn
very-
to secure a glass of wine and pick it up
Yeah.
and hold it out to her. If I say it back, will you melt into the ground or flee or otherwise ruin your evening?
Absolutely not, Grim. I am far too drunk for that. Nothing can be bad now.
I love you too. Here's your wine.
Thank you. And she just gives him a peck on the top of their cheekbone.
Grim is very confused and very happy.
So that's the rest of Corinne's evening until the Borealis begins.
Where the dragon children?
Oh no, where are my children?
Bianca is in the center of the food table.
Is she eating or is she just like
She's just
sleeping?
I think she's taking a nap right now. She was eating. She's
Aw, she found another trivet.
yeah, she found a nice little warm spot.
Aww.
Sable is dancing.
Kind of reaches over to scoop her up and then, yeah, checks out. Erebus kind of reaches over to scoop Bianca up and then realizes that she's happy and is just like, nah, she's good. I'll find her later. Glances at Sable. Sable's having a good time. Sable is not causing a ruckus, just enjoying himself. So that's also fine. Everything is fine. We're gonna have some thoughts about how nights are. We're gonna have some thoughts about how nights are, in fact, different from every other nights. And when you're 200 years old, you forget to pay attention to that. And how silly of her! Thank you, Corinne.
Question.
Drunk Rug says you're welcome.
So you're watching the shooting stars and the meteor shower?
Yes.
Sounds like. Grim is also pointing out So Grim knows the constellations on the Sword Coast. I was just about to say Grim is pointing out the constellations to anyone who is willing to listen.
They are the same.
Are
yes.
these the constellations? Okay. Delightful. Then Grim is pointing out the constellations also to anyone who is willing to listen.
Eliana is also willing to listen.
So will Erebus.
Corinne just has her head tucked on their shoulder.
Alright, anyone doing anything specific while looking at the shooting stars?
I think Bosun is trying to chase them.
Oh, buddy.
Like, not all of them, but every once in a while. But he's not going far. So unless these are something different than normal shooting stars, it's just like every once in a while Bosun goes flying across the sky and people have to duck.
Okay.
He's not buzzing our crew, but he's definitely buzzing like other people watching.
Alrighty. Soon the lights are up, and a man probably in the 14 or 15-year-old range will approach you. Waving energetically.
These are the Borealis lights that are up?
Yes.
Or not yet? Okay.
Hello.
Hi, Grandma Gertie sent me.
Oh, yes, we were gonna go talk to her. Yes.
Okay, follow me.
Okay.
I think Grim
Come
glared
on,
at this kid as he started to approach and then stopped glaring at Grandma Gertie. But, yeah.
Irvis tugs Eliana with her.
Yep, Eliana is onwards.
Corinne insists on a piggyback ride.
Grim obliges.
Okay.
And does hand up another glass of, like buzz past the table and hand up another glass of water to her as they go.
She chugs it and hands the glass right back to them.
They put it on the table and keep going.
She keeps her hand extended for what she assumes is the next glass of wine, because she has been very good and drank that glass of water, and so she should be rewarded.
Yeah, they'll find another glass of wine. They don't want her ending up back in the tent with Callie's wine. Due for another glass of wine. So, yep, wine delivered.
She makes a satisfied hum.
They're definitely sneaking, they're definitely continuing to watch the Borealis, sort of keeping trying to not they're trying not to make sure they run into anybody, but this is cool. And Grim is reluctant to from the tent. Was this like a tent, or is this open side and we'll still be able to see it inside?
Oh, you guys aren't heading to a tent.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
You all
Okay.
find yourself at the edge of a pond. It is mirror glassy, perfectly reflecting the sky above it. And Gertie sits next to it on a blanket, cards in her hand.
Good evening, and thank you for making the time to speak with us tonight.
It is a good night for fortune telling. Come sit.
Grim will lower Corinne to the ground.
Eliana will do the same for Erebus.
Corinne
Irvis will.
Oh, Corinne touches her feet to the ground and then goes and sits immediately next to Gertie.
Irvis will plop down next to Eliana.
Grim is going to glance at Eliana as they go to sit down and cast via Awakened Mind. I don't think we can stop them from talking. Probably. You can't, can you? I can't. I don't know if I want to. Maybe not. But just in case.
She shakes her head.
All right. I'm glad you're here. I would also be glad you were here if you were not sober, but I'm especially glad you were here and also sober-ish. Relatively speaking. Thank you for that. And for being here. Also.
She smiles, and this is the first time since she got back that it's not just a very clear body language response to something, but it's an actual facial expression where there are actual feelings breaking through.
Grim smiles back at her before turning their attention to this person they don't know with the cards, and also this very cool pond with the Borealis reflecting in it.
You came to ask questions.
We did. Of the hells first.
All right.
I have another that I am interested in, but let us begin with the hells.
Grim is watching that closely.
With-
Specifically redeeming souls from the hells.
Redeeming souls can be difficult. It involves trading. Souls are a delicacy there. And also traded as currency. Theoretically, all you need to do to redeem a soul is to gain their coin, their soul coin.
Why do I feel like there's a catch? Not a catch, a price.
One does not simply get a coin for nothing. Especially a soul coin.
Can they be stolen?
They have been stolen in the past. It's usually not a good outcome for the person for the thief.
Grim nods.
What prices do they ask you to pay?
She shrugs. Could be an act of service, could be another soul, could be a gamble, a wager that you can win.
How do we know who we would need to make arrangements with? I believe the souls in question, we know who was being worshipped, but is it inevitably that it was the same creature? The same. Is the deal ever made at a lower level?
Of course. That would require divination, and that is something I can certainly do.
I think Grim just sort of leans in a little bit expectantly.
She holds out her deck of cards to you.
Grim glances at like everybody else there, trying to figure out if they're actually supposed to like do this.
Oh, no.
Corinne takes the deck of cards.
Are you picking a card?
Yes.
Okay, roll me a d8.
All right. 4.
Give me just a moment. She kind of looks at the card, nods, puts it back in the pile. The souls you seek are held by a Dromalek.
Can you spell that?
Sure.
And have any of us ever heard of this?
Arcana.
Arcana. Hey, 30-20.
30-20. He is a servant of Asmodeus. He is Chancellor of Hell. He's not physically strong.
Do we have any idea what circle he's on?
He's extremely proficient in the magic of true names. Give me just a moment.
Oh, good.
The magic of what?
Naming magic. Let's see. Do. Sorry about the wait. Ninth layer.
Oh,
And I'm sorry, that was the magic of what? For some reason, the
Naming magic. Names.
naming. Thank you. Grim just swears in Elvish.
He is on Nessus.
Well, that's bad.
What?
I was hoping that maybe someone minor had made the collection this time on Asmodeus' behalf, and this one is not minor.
oh. If we redeem the souls, what happens to the children?
Any wizard or cleric of sufficient strength should be able to break them from the soul coin.
And they would then be, I don't want to say all right, they've obviously been through a great deal, but they would be
children again.
all right.
If you know someone who deals with afflictions of the mind, perhaps something can be done for their sanity as well.
Grim nods. And I think looks down and then looks back up again. Sort of at this, like kind of past her, sort of at the pond, more than at her. And this would be better for them than leaving them where they are, yeah?
Most certainly. They will suffer and then be consumed.
They nod, sort of. Like, relieved isn't quite the word for their expression, because like that, like suffer. Current status, not great. But like the sort of the weight of the like, oh, is what we have in mind actually worse than what they're like if they weren't currently aware or something like that. So that is clarifying, at least. And that sort of relief.
How long do we have before they are consumed?
She holds out her cards again.
I will take one.
She takes it and looks it over. You have 1 year.
1 year from today or 1 year from when they were taken?
Today.
She nods.
How do we get there when we're ready?
There are spells to transport yourself to different planes of existence. Those are the easiest way. There are no specific paths directly to the ninth circle of hell.
Oh, we could potentially ask the Ilia's contacts. They weren't there, but we could ask them now that we have information.
You can, just blinks at her.
You know,
she did say that we should probably ask them both at the same time, so we need to make sure that they're together because they each have different things that they're good at saying, and it's really best to get them together to get the most complete picture.
Corinne taps her nose in acknowledgement.
Oh, you haven't talked to them yet?
Oh no, they were out.
Do you suppose they were in hell?
It's possible.
Maybe.
Probably not, but you never know.
I am not going to cast sending to them right now to find out. It's a good idea, though. Not the casting sending right now part, the other one. The talking and about how, yes. That. They stare into the pond again.
You can ask the pond questions.
Did she say you can?
Yeah.
I beg your pardon?
On nights like these, the pond will answer questions, but the visions can be a bit intense.
They sort of look. They very slowly untangle their arm from Corinne's, watching for any sign of inclination to bolt.
Corinne will say, "If you want me to ask it, I can. If you'd rather not."
I would very much not want that, but thank you very much. And they're gonna walk down to the pond. And I think they're gonna put their hand, put their hand just against the surface of the water.
Okay. Feels cool.
And this is functionally, it's not a, I don't know what the gold piece value of the pond is. But sort of I don't know if they actually have to cast scrying here.
Nope.
Or if they can, or if, okay.
You're just
because that's sort of the way that they know to ask questions.
Sure.
I think is just still thinking of the cast lantern twins, and is just going. I think just going to ask, "Are you all right for now?"
You
And
get.
I'm pretty sure they know what the answer is, but
You get an intense feeling of fear. Yeah, fear and sadness. But nothing specific. There's no, it's just darkness.
Mm-hmm. And they lift their hand off the pond. And sort of say aloud to no one in particular. Because they don't say anything aloud yet. And I think this is sort of weirdly broken up, but grim prioritizations are going to put their hand back on the pond.
Mm-hmm.
And are just going to ask it, and where's the creature? Meaning the great old one.
Yeah. It slumbers deep in the darkness of the sea, plotting its return. Soon.
Oh, fuck me! Okay.
As you go to pull away, a large yellow eye looks at you directly. Soon.
They lift their hand off the water, like was sort of throwing themselves backwards away from it, and so sort of end up on their back next to the pond. Panting for probably a good 10 seconds. Yep. Is that a pause request?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a bit of a difficult time and wanted to catch my breath for a bit before dropping back into roleplay.
Sure.
Thanks. And gonna step away for a minute, get a tissue, and then come back and be ready to play.
Sure.
Thanks.
How's everybody else doing?
Doing all right.
Okay, I am back.
Welcome back.
Thanks. I'm having a lot of feelings, and I think I've actually pushed the button on a personal level by making a suboptimal decision, but what I'm telling myself is that this is roleplay, and the consequences of it are not that bad, and it is all in good fun. So, yeah. I'm ready to keep going.
I mean, from the DM perspective, you made a more fun and interesting choice than what I had originally planned for the evening, so.
Delightful. Yeah.
That's why I was giggling with glee when you guys were like, we're gonna jump in. I was like, I need a break because this is amazing.
Yeah.
Is there anything particular in terms of potential consequences that you would like us to sort of be thoughtful about or steer clear of, or?
So I think that, I think I'm just kind of being triggered by my work situation where where like minor errors seem to be having bizarrely serious consequences that I can't seem to figure out how to do things right. So, yeah, so I think that's I think that's seeping into my ability to roleplay, where sometimes sometimes like not all decisions are optimal, but where it doesn't matter. You're able to have fun within the confines of the game, and so
And for what it's worth, Callie is an ally of an NPC. I feel like I've telegraphed that pretty well, but just to reiterate, she is an ally and isn't going to send you on like a suicide quest. Like she is probably going to be a fun one.
Oh yeah, you have telegraphed that pretty well.
It might be more shenanigans than.
And I think that would, yeah, I mean, that would be fun.
We'll all be Feylock by the end of the campaign.
Do something shenanigansy, yeah. And I think that just with the group dynamics stuff, like going like I'm looking for words.
Well, that's okay.
But like what you're doing with like make better choices, but not in a scoldy way, is good. Like that was something that came from a place of caring, and I think like just be as smug as you want about the choice not being the right one, but like I would be kind of sensitive about like I would be kind of sensitive about scolding, and not to like make the kinds of choices that are right for your characters.
That makes sense.
And I don't think those are places where you're looking to go in the first place. Like, just like not something where Eliana is about to be fired. Like, I can't imagine that would be the. I can't imagine that would be the kind of thing that's happening. Like,
No.
I am recognizing that this is just me projecting issues on having a heck of a lot of feelings.
Yeah, brains are why brains?
Yeah. Why are brains?
Sure. And she's also Eliana's friend who sort of helped us get them out of the situation too, which is
And she's doing a great job picking up on the serious business talk.
And
And
especially
Eric's
when
gonna
half
be
of the party
super
is just like,
apologetic. Yeah.
just a couple of drunken idiots over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're doing a great job, and so is she. So.
Thank you, and you're all doing great too, and so are your characters.
Thank you.
Yeah, was doing a great job making things spooky and intense.
Yeah, like there are stakes here, and I'm into that.
And if it helps at all, then Grimm's one more move before returning to the group was going to be hopefully a sweeter note. If that helps at all.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think I'm ready to resume play if you all are. Thank you for indulging me in this pause.
Oh, of course. Thank you for calling the pause and sharing this with us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Individual players are more important than what's going on in the story.
Yeah. True. Yeah. And I am a person with a lot of feelings, for better or for worse.
We love that about you.
Thank you.
Feelings are good.
Yep. Okay. Ready.
All right.
Okay.
Anyone else have any quick feeling or not quick feelings? Or all good?
Good here.
Oh, good.
Sorry, Heather. I think you were about to bring us back, and I started talking.
No worries. Okay, so Grimm is, still at the edge of the water, having seen the thing that you don't really talk about.
And it was slumbering in the darkness, plotting its return, and
And saw you.
looked back at them.
You were capital S seen as well.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah.
Can I play a monologue
fine.
token? Because Grimm's had a pretty interesting evening and an offer. So I'm curious where Grimm's head is at, especially with this.
Yeah, and I think as so often happens when people play monologue tokens at Grimm, in the moment of sort of the crisis, there's sort of I don't think there are any sort of words, but there is in the first, because their brain is shorted out. Typically the points at which playing a monologue token on Grimm is appealing is like 10 seconds after everything is shorted out. But they sort of the place of sort of pure reactionary panic is sort of where they are as they jerk their hand away from the water, roll onto their back, and just lay there is just sort of pure panic, and sort of every fiber of their being wants to like run, get away, but they know there's nowhere to go because it's not here. So like physically running isn't going to do them any good, and it clearly knows where they are, at least when they look at it. But they're confident that it's not only when they look at it that it knows where they are. And so I think it's just sort of the desire to run alongside the sense that there is nowhere to run to. And I think they are sort of like laying on their back next to the sand, next to the pond. And I think they do sort of like just, Callie's not here right now. But they do just sort of tilt their head. I think they tilt their head back and look up at the sky, at the Borealis above. And they're just thinking that they don't really want another boss. They want to be their own boss, but also they are familiar enough with the way that the world works to know that that's not necessarily an option available to them, especially given sort of like they are in the same breath sort of very consciously aware that sort of making a deal to get out of a deal is like, that doesn't feel like a smart thing to do. That feels like they are aware of the potential for moving from one trap to another. And also, at the time that she said it earlier today, it did not sound tempting. Like in sort of a no kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
And but sort of in the moment, what like sort of in the moment of getting an offer, where the hasn't just kind of left you alone, and so it's okay. It's tempting now, and they're not sure how much of that is rational and how much of that is just sort of the panic. But they are interested in a way that they were not an hour ago.
Okay. And with heavy thoughts and us approaching 9:42, I'm gonna call it for tonight.
Oh boy.
It's all fine.
Oh,
Totally fine. Everything's fine.
We just got a couple of drunk assholes over here, like having a great night.
Oh gosh. I had like some regrets about Erebus drinking the wine because there were some questions she was going to ask, but at the same time, I'm delighted by that forcing Leanna and Grimm to maybe take more point on it than they otherwise would have. And it's incredible.
There's still a greater restoration cast, greater or lesser restoration
Lesser.
caster, two people down from you. If we're pausing in a moment of being there at the pond side with Gertie, so I don't know that Erebus would take that. But
I think
I'm not Erebus. I'm not there.
I think she would, but we'll put a pin in that for next time. And I'll
Sounds
put it
good.
on my to-do list.
Corinne would actively go after someone for taking her out of her drunk stupor.
Yep. Yep.
Everyone knows.
Yep. Yep. That's her deal.
She's living her best life.
Just having a great time.
I will say that the Grimm's bad idea that I think has left them entirely at this point was that they were definitely going to try to get Corinne to be wing person, and they were going to try to set Erebus up with Nico.
And I guarantee you, Corinne would have misread this and been like, "Are you asking for a threesome? I mean, I can talk to him, figure it out. Like, I don't know him."
Oh, that's very funny. Oh my goodness.
But then there was a sunset.
Yeah. Like Grim pointed out was, the only time that this particular sunset would be happening, and then Corinne latched onto that, and, well, we all know what happened.
The rest was history.
Yep.
That was not the bad idea, because I was assuming Corinne's interpretation was the bad idea. But I'm now trying to figure out how that would have gone, and also deeply amused by the fact that Grimm's like having doubts about Ramiel, but is totally fine with setting Erebus up with this person they just met.
Well, they don't think she would get serious about someone that they just met in the way that they think she may be taking on undue responsibility for someone who she just met and then got a little bit killed.
Oh yeah. Oh,
But
that's good.
That's not. I mean, it's none of their business, but that's never stopped them before.
Oh, I didn't think of it that way. That's very good. That is very, very good.
You don't have to think of them that way. You're the Telscription pen player.
Oh yeah.
I'm the designated driver player. You got options.
It's true.
Cool. Thank you, Heather.
Yeah.
Thank you. This was great.
Yes.
What a delightful session.
I have so many questions about Callie's whole deal.
Oh
I
my
feel
God.
like we got answers.
I'm so excited for you
Yeah.
guys to find out
But-
more about Callie, because she's my first roleplay character.
Oh,
Ooh.
She's literally the first one. She is the character that I was playing when I met Sam.
Oh,
wow.
Oh, that's
And I was
fun.
like, oh, if you guys are gonna go flirt with the Feywild, guess who I have?
Yeah.
incredible.
where
Yeah.
did Eliana meet her first? Was that at the Court of Miracles?
Court of
Yeah,
Miracles.
it was.
It's so fascinating because I don't think anyone else has ever encountered her until this party.
Nope. She was thrown
Yeah.
in because she's a potions mistress, and she was around.
Is that the day of the poisonings?
It was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like we
that
need
was-
all the antidotes we can
I
make.
think that was when I was in Iceland. And so Elena got called away to the Court of Miracles while everybody else did some questing.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
So
Eliana's
then we
got this
know a
big,
little
long
bit-
history.
Did they know that they had a fairy queen volunteering for them?
Oh man. I feel like Ilya knows everything.
It's a question.
I'm so curious what the favor turns out to be.
Also, maybe Eliza's a fae too. We don't know.
We don't know.
That's right. There's weird stuff going on with her too. It doesn't
Yeah.
seem like Fae weird stuff to me. It seems like some other weird stuff, but everybody's got stuff, I guess.
Yeah, I thought the vibe was more like changeling weird stuff, but like, yeah, you never know.
I guess we'll
Court of
find
Miracles
out.
is such a fascinating place.
I would just like to offer another star for Rebecca and Marina just going for it.
Yes.
Like,
So much.
that was incredible.
So I had I was like, I don't want them to be bored with another party, so I asked ChatGPT for some suggestions. And so luminescent animals was one of them, and I was like, oh, it'll probably run into the forest and be a little mischievous thing. Wasn't expecting y'all to chase it, and then you chased it, and I was like, it's going to the fucking Feywild. Everyone's going to the Feywild, buckle up.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Trying to follow the shiny things a little bit more.
I was like,
And
oh, they're at a Fey party, and they just chased something glowing into the woods. Oh, I know what's going to happen next.
Yeah. And the second you said horses, I was like, oh, it's a fox hunt.
Yeah.
I didn't. I should have seen that earlier, but I didn't. And it was so delightful to be like, oh, like the level of no. Was.
I did not put that together until just now.
Yeah.
Neither did I. You'd think I would have, but I just went, oh, wild hunt archetype. Okay. At what point are we going to have to roll initiative here before they try to kill us? I was a little more focused on that.
Yeah.
Was the queen with the, I can't remember what her name was, with the bone crown, was that the same person that Tab met?
It's a slightly different version, but yeah.
For a slightly different universe.
We're a slightly different
Delightful.
universe. The one that Tab met is a little nicer. This one is not.
That makes sense.
This one's a little bit more vicious Fae.
That makes sense.
Cool.
She was pretty terrifying even in the nicer version, so that's good.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you all.
This was fun, thank you.
Indeed.
Back in 2
Yay.
weeks for more questions.
Yes.
Awesome.
Good night, all.
Have a good
Until
evening.
next
Night.
time.